I hear what they're doing in California. And
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like
they're
what's
taxing
the
it through
pack of
the roof.
cigarettes running in California?
About that, like $7.50, $8. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cost of living in Ocala. You're gonna give us the tea. What's going on? How are you?
I'm doing well, brother. How you been?
Doing awesome, man. Thanks for asking. So we have on this first list, it looks like restaurant. Go ahead and tell us all about that. Like, is this list accurate? What's going on?
I'd say for the most part, yeah. I feel like it is. So if you're going to a restaurant, like let's say an inexpensive restaurant, you pay around anywhere $12 to $15 for a decent meal. Regular, like inexpensive restaurant, you're going to be paying anywhere from about $12 to $15 for your meal. If you're looking for a beer, depending on what you get, some places are going to have specials like 2-for-1s or $1 draft, stuff like that. You're going to pay anywhere from like $3 to $4, about the $3.50 range per draft, stuff like that. And if you're a soda drinker, you can be looking at the range of anywhere from like $1.50 to $2 and change for a soda. Yeah. So for these prices, they're pretty accurate. I mean, milk, just like gas, it kind of does weird stuff. It fluctuates depending on what's happening in the market, just because it's a hot commodity. But yeah, the milk is definitely accurate. Your bread, rice, eggs, your local cheese, your fillets of chicken, all this stuff, it tends to be pretty accurate here. Holy crap, that's what a pack of cigarettes costs. It's crazy, man. I remember being a kid, my mom was a smoker and she'd pay like $3 and change for a pack of cigarettes, and I see what they're doing now. I hear what they're doing in California.
Oh yeah, like they're taxing it through the roof. What's the pack of cigarettes
running in California?
About that, like $7.50, $8. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy, man. Yeah.
Did they just start taxing it in Florida also?
I'm not entirely sure, man. I'm so out of that group. I've just because I saw how fast it like aged some of my family members. I never really messed with it. But yeah, then as far as transportation goes, man, you got your typical like Uber, you got car rentals, stuff like that. But for the tickets on here, for one-way tickets for local transport and all that, these prices are pretty accurate right here. But it all depends on what you have to do, because if you have to go longer distance, it's going to cost you more. Yeah. If you need to ride back too, it's going to cost you even more. So, but yeah, these are about right here.
Gasoline. What did you just pay in gasoline?
So for gas, I paid, I believe, $2.86 the most recent time I gassed up, which wasn't terrible. I mean, we've paid $4 a gallon back in, I think it was like 2009.
Yeah.
But it's also not the pre-COVID prices where as soon as the virus broke out, all of a sudden gas is like $1.80 something just because nobody's on the road. That was cool, because I was still driving around, still working, still surviving all that other stuff, and it was an absolute ghost town.
Yeah. Cars when they visit Ocala, or like how much? Yeah,
people rent cars. I actually, my sister just left. She's from Spokane, Washington. But for a basic like sedan rental, you're gonna pay about $70 a day. So if you were to stay like a week, you'd be looking at close to $500 after taxes and everything.
Sweet. And then in terms of Uber and stuff, what does that look like in Ocala?
So it's as much as Ocala is a city, it's not like a big city to where people are hailing taxis, to get to work and all that. Usually, if you're using something like Uber, it's because you're either back on the rise from hard times in your life, or you're drunk on a Friday night and don't want to get a ticket, So, as far as the cost of it goes, I'm not super sure where the accuracy is at, just because I don't really, I never have to use it, but I know it is a thing. I have friends who, as their first like side job, they would go out and they'd sign up for Uber, and they drive on the weekends, and it's good money, man. You know, when people are coming home, and they need a ride home, you're available, and you don't mind working on a Friday night and a Saturday night instead of hanging out with your friends. It's a good way for a little bit of side income, and chances are the next morning they're going to need a ride back to their car. So
yeah, have you noticed Ubers coming back in the area?
You see the lights on the dashboard all the time, so it's super common. It's just not for stuff like you're used to in other cities, you know.
What about the utilities?
So the top 4 companies off the top of my head would be Progress Energy. You'd be looking at Duke. You'd be looking at Seco. You'd also be looking at Marion County Utilities. Now, I've always been on Marion County Utilities. I can't speak for everybody, but my average bill is about $163 or so for electricity. And I live in a 2,000 square foot house, and I have 5 kids who constantly leave the doors open. So, I mean, it's not horrible.
That's awesome.
But I have nothing else to compare it to, though.
Okay. And for internet, is that price pretty accurate on the chart?
For internet, what are we looking at right now? We're looking at 60 on here. I'd say that's about average. I have Cox high-speed internet. I pay $70 and change a month for it, and it's absolutely awesome. So I'd say within a $10 range, that's pretty accurate right there.
Cool. And sports and leisure?
Sports and leisure. So for a monthly gym membership, I pay about $20 for mine. Mine's super, super basic, but I am at an elite gym with a very high reputation, and about $20 a month is what I pay, and it covers a lot. But if you want like the premium, you could pay $100, $120 a month for a gym with like super VIP access and all that. But the range that we're in right now for like your monthly fee for one adult being $26, I'd say that's a fair rate.
We have cinema also, some movie ticket.
Yeah, we do. And it depends on how you do it, because Ocala, aside from having your basic movie theaters, it also has a drive-in movie theater. The drive-in is super cheap, though. It's like $6 for a ticket, which is awesome because you get the old school feel. You get to like recline your seat back, and you just get to like crank up the sound and have your speakers all around you. And you're comfortable in your car, and your shoesies are off and stuff like that. But then you got your regular cinema. We have the Epic Theater here that was just built about a year ago over on the west side of Ocala, and about anywhere from $12 to $15 for a ticket you're going to pay for. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
awesome.
Man.
Have you visited that theater?
I have not yet. Reason being is because right after its completion, the COVID broke out, and it was like, great, let's close the doors. You know, so
that's bad timing. It just it happens.
Yeah.
Oh man, but they're open now, right?
They're open now.
Okay. Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
What about childcare?
I know that for what I paid for childcare, and you never want to go cheap on it. For what I paid for childcare was anywhere between $550 and $650 per month. But there are places that are you pay lower costs for it. I hate to throw any shade at anybody, but I feel like you should pay for premium when you're doing childcare, and they are like the mid 400 range, to lower 400 range, and that's about it. But just remember, watch after your kids.
Yeah. No, totally. Clothing and shoes. Is that accurate? What's going on?
For a pair of jeans, like if you're gonna do like the Levi's, like the 501s, stuff like that, you're gonna pay in the $40 range for it, which is I think even like if you go to places like Orlando, you're going to pay just a little bit more just because everything costs a little bit more in Orlando. But yeah, for Ocala, that's pretty accurate right there.
Awesome. And let's dive into, renting. How does that look in the different areas, different spots for renting, depending on where you are?
So as with the housing market in Ocala, the rental market is insanity. A lot of these things they're showing up on the MLS or in like your local marketplace ads and disappearing just like that.
Really?
So it's interesting. And as far as the price goes, you're looking at about $1 per square foot in Ocala. Of course, if you're going to be in a more upscale neighborhood, like let's say Golden Ocala, there's a few rentals over there, which those are that's the luxury home. That's basically the highest of the high in Ocala is over in Golden Ocala, and there's some crazy prices in there that you could pay. So, but the average is going to be about $1 per square foot is what you're going to pay. So 1,400 square foot house, you can pay about $1,400 a month.
That's a good rule. That's nice. In terms of, and so that's for renting.
Yeah, that's for renting. That's for houses. If you do apartments, apartments, it depends on what you go with. I know places downtown that they rent for $750 a month for a 2-bedroom. And then there's apartment complexes that are a little bit more upscale. The nicer ones, basically, even the nicer ones are going to be lacking things that you need in your life because it is rental and it is very cookie cutter. But like the more upscale ones, you're going to be paying about anywhere from $1,200 to maybe even $1,400 on some of those for a basic 3-bedroom.
Got it.
Yeah, and then as far as sales tax goes, we are at 7% for the state of Florida, and then the whole state has no state income tax. So which is great. So as far as whenever you get paid, you get to keep more of it, and that's always a good thing. But all right, that's it for now, guys. Until next time.
All right. Cool. Yeah.
What's up, guys? Chris the Ocala Realtor here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out the next one, and don't forget to subscribe.